And then ground yourself in your breathing. So breathing all the way in to the bottom of your lungs so that the belly rises to the ribs, to the chest. And breathe out, empty your chest, ribs collapsed, and empty lower lungs so the belly can collapse as well. Breathe in, belly rises, ribs expand, chest lifts. Breathe out, empty your chest, empty your ribs, and empty completely the belly so that the pelvic floor can lift a little bit. Make sure that your jaw is relaxed, relax your cheeks and forehead. And stay with your long breaths as we start to move. Open your eyes, take your right hand to the top of the head and lean your head towards the right side. Now take the left arm behind your back, like this. And you don't want to place too much weight on your head, just a gentle touch, and it should be enough to feel a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Continue to breathe deeply and notice the details, how the neck feels when you stretch it. Then come back into the center and switch. So the left hand on the top of the head, not too much weight, right arm behind your back, and then start to lean towards the left shoulder. Keep the chest lifted. And the shoulders relaxed. And then come back into the center. Drop the hands onto your knees once again, and we will do the half circle. So nose to the right, then all the way down to the chest, and nose, ears to the left. And to the other side, half circle down, chin to chest, and to the side. And one last time, down and sideward. And then come back into the center and step right into all fours. Spin your fingers wide in all fours. And make sure that you are pressing through the base of the fingers and through the fat knuckles if you can. And start to lean right and left and notice how your weight shifts onto the base of the fingers each time you shift. Shifting side to side. Okay, now pivot your fingers backward towards your knees. And if this is too much of the stretch, then you can always walk your hands closer to your knees and it should be a little bit less. If it's okay, keep the palms underneath your shoulders. And if it's easy, you can tuck your toes under to find a little bit of extra stretch at the back of your feet and lean a little bit back and front. If it feels okay, if you already have had a lot of the stretch when you don't move at all, then stay there, breathe through that. And the last one, you can untuck your toes and now reverse the palms upside down. It can feel a little bit weird at the beginning. And stay for 4. If you like, you can sway a little bit back and front. Stay for 3. 2. 1. Take your palms forward so that the palms are underneath your shoulders, and we will do cow pose, but we will stay for about 3 breaths in the cow. So breathe in, open up, and listen. You don't want to collapse into your shoulders like this. You want to push the hands so much down to the ground so that the shoulders are away from your ears and the shoulder blades are away from each other. And the cow pose, especially at the beginning, it's so important because it gives you a nice setup for your upward dog. So you don't want to sink into your shoulders in your upward dog or cobra. You want to find this lift. So push the hands down, lift the chest, gaze gently forward and up. And then breathe out, round the spine and stay in the cat pose for a moment. And make it a very skinny cat. So you want to Press the belly button towards the spine. Find the contraction in this posterior tilt of the body, tilt of the pelvic floor. And now with the movement, so breathing, open up to the cow. And breathe out round, empty the belly, navel to spine, round. Breathe in, open up, remember shoulders far away from your ears. And on breathe out round the spine, tuck the tail. Last time, breathe in, open like a preparation for cobra. And on breathe out round the spine, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Then come back into your O4s, tuck the toes under, and on breathe out, switch to first downward facing dog. At first, let's move around in downward dog, bending one knee then the other. Make those movements yours. So always the yoga teacher will give you kind of like a skeleton, like a sketch on which you can put your individual movement, the feelings of the day. Then step the feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold down, nose to knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press down through the feet, lift up through the heart, and breathe out, hands through the heart. Find your Tadasana, close your eyes, and make sure that you are standing equally between the middle of your heels and the top of your feet, between the toes and the heels equally. Relax the shoulders down, but find a lift through the heart up. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Then open your eyes and we will lock the thumbs like we are creating a loop. Breathe in, natural breathing to take the arms up. Breathe out, release the hands and fall down, nose to knees. Breathe in for halfway lift. Breathe out, step only the left foot back, ground the left knee down. Once again, loop your thumbs and lift the heart up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, drop your hands down to the ground and step to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Find the drishti point between your heels or between your knees. Keep pressing down through the base of the toes and base of the fingers. Next time you breathe in, roll forward to your plank pose. Breathe out, drop the knees, half chaturanga, point the elbows back, heart forward. Breathe in, open, and remember shoulders away from your ears. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Breathe out, step the right foot forward between your hands. Breathe in, left foot forward, halfway lift. Breathe out, fall down, nose, knees. Breathe in, rise high, press down through the toes, lift up through the hands. Exhale, hands through the heart. Loop your thumbs, breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fall down, keep lengthening as you lower. Breathe in, halfway pose, and step the right foot back, settle the right knee down. Cross the thumbs, lift your heart up, take a full breath in. Exhale to downward dog, hands down, step the left foot back. Find about 3 breaths. Very flexible yogis, try not to suck onto your lumbar spine and don't create like a low bridge. Try to draw the lower ribs in so you are keep on lengthening the spine. Now on breathing, roll forward for high plank. Second time, drop your knees, point the top of your shoulders back, point the elbows back as you lower halfway down. Breathe in, cobra or maybe upward dog with thighs lifted. And then breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left leg high up, three-legged dog. Breathe out, step the left foot forward between your hands. Breathe in, right foot forward, halfway lift. Breathe out, fall down, nose to knees. Inhale, rise high, heart takes you up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through the heart. Same thing but without any pause in downward dog. So movement and breath at the same time. Breathe in, cross the thumbs, lift the arms up. Breathe out, fold all the way down, nose to knees. Breathe in, halfway pause. Breathe out, step the left foot back, settle left knee down. Breathe in, loop the thumbs, open across the chest. Breathe out directly to downward dog. Breathe in, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, if you wish, on your knees or with the knees above the ground. Breathe in, open the heart, sternum up. Breathe out, meeting in downward dog. Breathe in, right leg high up, three-legged dog. Breathe out, step the right foot forward. Then left foot forward, inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, reach up, keep the lower ribs in and down. Then hands through the heart. Last time we go. Breathe in, stay in motion. Breathe out, fall down, nose to knees. Breathe in, halfway lift. Then step the right foot back, right knee down. Breathe in, loop your thumbs, lift the heart. Breathe out, step into downward dog. Breathe in, roll forward to plank. Breathe out, lower down your way, keep the ribs in, belly strong. Breathe in, lift with strong belly. And breathe out to downward dog. Breathe in, shoot the left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Breathe out, step the left foot forward. Breathe in, step the right foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through the heart. Step your feet hip distance apart, get the hands onto your waistline. Breathe in, lengthen up. And on breathe out, fold. Hold the big toes with your peace fingers. Breathe in, one extra lengthening, reach the chest forward. And on breathe out, fold all the way down. In every pose, when you are upside down, like Uttanasana, forward fold, or also in downward dog, think about creating a long line of energy from your inner ankles up through the inner calves, inner thighs, towards your lower belly. So it's like you are pulling the feet together to grab this energy, and then you lengthen this power all the way up to your lower abs. Drop the hands down in front of you. Step only the left foot to the back of the mat, but this time keep the left hand down on the ground, left knee stays lifted, and twist to the right. Encourage the right hip to move lower down and left hip a little bit higher up so that the hips stay leveled, and twist from your chest. Take a look down, drop the right hand down, ground the left heel down, and let the left arm to carry you to warrior two. So big left arm to warrior two, landing onto the warrior two, kind of like a surfer. Make sure your arms are not diagonal, but on one line. Everything is working powerfully. Heels are pulled towards each other, but soften your shoulders, soften your neck. Sink a little bit lower for 2, 1. Straight the right leg, heel toe your left foot a little bit. Start to take the hips to the back of the mat and right arm to the front, and then down towards the right shin, right ankle, or below to the ground. Or as always, if you have block or bottle of water, something that will help you, you can always use a support for your hand if it feels better. Picture that the left hip is moving away from your crown. The chin is gently tucked in, so you are reaching the crown of your head to the front of the mat, not your chin. We will close this pose by closing the hips, left hip down, look down, drop the left hand, right hand down, and shuffle your left knee outside the right heel to sit. So left knee outside the right heel and we are seated. And here, take the left arm around the right knee, hug it in, drop the right hand behind you and look behind the right shoulder. Refine your long breaths. Especially when you breathe in, try to lengthen, trying to remain with your neutral lumbar spine with a little bit of C curve. And then come back into the center, look forward, take both arms forward, press down through the right foot to lift up for standing split. So there are two ways to do standing split. You can either level your hips, and it will be much more for right hamstrings, or you can also decide to open the left hip. Both options are correct, but they are working a little bit differently. When you lift through the left hip, you have mostly work for your glutes. And when you level the hips, it's mostly the core and the hamstrings. Then drop the left foot down. Breathe in for halfway lift. Breathe out, fall down, nose to knees. Breathe in, rise high, heart up, palms touch above the head. Breathe out, hands through the heart. Once again, step the feet hip distance apart if they are not already. Open across the heart. And on breathe out, fall down, but this time wrap around your legs. Or if this is not comfortable to wrap, then you can grab your elbows. Once again, find the energy from the inside of your legs. So squeeze the feet towards each other without moving your feet. Squeezing like inner legs, magnetizing them towards each other. So there is this lift of energy from the earth towards your lower belly. Then drop the fingers in front of you. Step only the right foot to the back of the mat, ground down the right hand. Exhale, twist to the left. Level your hips. Think about taking left hip away from the left foot. Right hip goes a little bit more forward, twist to the right. And then look down, settle the left hand down, ground down through the right heel. Circle the right arm up and around into warrior two. Level your arms. Bend nicely the left knee. Pull the heels towards each other. Keep on looking to the left. Then straight the left leg. Heel toe your right foot a little bit. Shoot the hips towards the back of the mat as you lengthen the left side body. And then drop the left hand down. Stay in your Trikonasana. Estrella, watch out your head. Your head is a little bit too much forward. Draw the chin back, yes. So like the head is extension of your spine. Stay for 2 more breaths. Then take a look down. Roll down, take your hands down. Slide the right knee outside the left heel to sit. Wrap around the left knee, hug the left knee into the middle line, drop the left arm behind you and twist to the left. Notice that every breath in has a power to elongate your spine, to create expansiveness in your chest. Look even behind the left shoulder to twist a little bit more. And then look forward, both hands forward, press down through the ground. Hello back, Christina. And lift the right leg up. So your choice, you can keep the right leg hips level, or you can spin it up towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, shake your head a little bit, yes, to relax the neck. If this is tough, you can gently bend the left knee and take the belly onto the left thigh. It should be a little bit easier, but try to remain with right leg straight. Then step the right foot down towards the left foot. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fall down, nose to knees. Breathe in, rise all the way up. Palms touch above the head. Hands through the heart. Let's stay in motion. So breathe in, reaching up. Breathe out, diving down. Breathe in, halfway pose. And breathe out, step through vinyasa. Right foot, left foot back, lower down on the same exhale. Breathe in, heart lifted, shoulders away from your ears. And breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift the right leg up, but bend the right knee. Point the right knee up. So this is the same way as you do in standing split with open hip. We can do the same with downward dog. So allow the right hip to open up. Notice how your glutes needs to work, especially gluteus medius on the outside, to create external rotation in your right hip. Now take the right knee towards your chest and drift the right foot to the top of the mat. Ground the left heel down and rise up for warrior one. And I will give you a nice trick for warrior one. Usually warrior one works so much easier after twist because it's usually hard to take the left hip forward and square hips. So take the hands onto your chest. You can keep the left heel on the ground or you can lift it as you twist to the right, left elbow on the right thigh or outside the right thigh, elbows on one line and look behind the right shoulder. So when you twist, you are encouraging your left hip to move forward and you square your hips. So lift once again up into warrior one and it should feel much more free in your hips right now. Right hip back, left hip forward. If this is not working, you can always slide the right foot more to the outside. This way it's easier to point the left hip forward. Then straight the right leg, take the hands onto your waistline, heel toe the left foot a little bit closer, point your hips directly forward, interlace the fingers behind you, right pinky finger on the top, breathe in, reach the chest up, strong legs, and breathe out, fall down towards the right leg. You don't need to go super low. For some, it will be enough to go only halfway down. Press the base of your toes. Engage your calves and activate your thighs. This way you will be more active in your knees at the same time. And then release the fingers down to the ground. Lift the left heel up. Try to keep the right leg straight as you twist the right arm towards the ceiling. In this position, if you have tight hamstrings, it might be easier to place the left hand onto the block, onto the piece of furniture, something that will support you. Okay, let's lower down. Bend the right knee, ground the left heel, peaceful warrior from here. So circle the arms up and towards the back of the mat. Right arm stays lifted, left hand down the left shin. Side body stretch. From peaceful warrior, take the right forearm onto the right thigh. Extend the left arm across the ear line. And you can choose, if you are very open, maybe you will take the right hand to the inside of the right leg, to the ground. If this is too much this morning, then stay higher up. Stay for 3, elongate through the left side, 2, 1. Look down, take your hands down, step the left foot halfway forward and the half knee pose. So take the right fingers more forward, lift the left leg, trust yourself and your balance. Of course, grab a block if you need it, but maybe you don't need it today. Maybe you already are quite good in finding your center of balance. And listen up, right hip away from the right shoulder, so you are elongating the right side body. It's like in Trikonasana, you try to take the hips away from the upper body. Once again, we move to the seated position. So look down, left hand down, take the left knee outside the right heel to sit down. This time, left hand is holding the outside of the right foot. Kick the right leg forward like this and extend the right arm behind you and twist to the right. Try to ground down through the right seat and lift your heart away from your hips. Rebend the right knee, place it down. Once again, we go for standing split. So press through the right foot, press through the hands, and lift the left leg up. I will challenge you a little bit. This time, lift the left hip open through the legs, bend the left knee, and maybe the right hand can touch the left foot. Is it possible? If not, don't worry, do your best. Can you hold the foot? For 2. Very well. 1. And then step the left foot back, step the right foot back, and go through vinyasa. Clear it out. Exhale, inhale, open up, chin back, breathe out all the way back to downward dog. Same thing, left leg. Breathe in, lift the left leg, bend the left knee, and open through the left hip. Stay for 3. 1. Take the left knee towards your chest. Create space to step the left foot towards the top of the mat. Ground the right heel down. Rise up for warrior 1. We will twist to make our warrior 1 even better. So hands onto the chest. Exhale, start to twist to the left. If you need, you can always lift the right heel up. Twist as much as you can. So I will not be your best example right now because of the belly. I'm not twisting a lot, but you can do your best. Right hip forward, left hip moves back, and then come back for warrior 1 and try to keep those hips from the twist. So in warrior 1, you aim for square hips. In warrior 2, the hips are super open, but in 1, they are square. Straight through the left leg, take your hands onto the waistline. Heel toe your right foot forward, square through your hips, interlace the left pinky finger on the top, breathe in, open through the chest, and breathe out, fall down. For some of you, halfway down will be perfectly enough. Some flexible one, you can almost lie down on your left thigh. But try to activate the left thigh. Press down through the right foot the same way you press through the left. Then drop the fingers down, lift the right heel up. Try to straighten both legs. If they are not straight, maybe climb higher. Exhale, twist. So it's a twisted triangle. Keep squaring your hips, pushing the left hip away from your chest. Chest forward, hips back. Then take it back down, bend the left knee, ground the right heel down. Peaceful warrior, circle the right arm to the back, left arm above the head, and stretch the left side body. Always in warrior, keep magnetizing the heels towards each other. Activate the thighs. It will also activate your low butt and the glutes. Take the left forearm onto the left thigh, right arm across the ear line. Or if it feels better, drop the left hand down. Yogi's choice. Stay open in your hips. Don't close the right hip down. So Estrella, right hip a little bit higher. So that the hips are not twisted down. And then from here, look down, place the hands down, step the right foot, hop halfway forward, left hand forward, and go for your half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. Left hip away from the left shoulder. Half moon, not yet standing split. Yeah. So right arm up. Helga, almost. Yeah, half moon pose, not a standing split yet. So we are here. And try to take left hip away from the left shoulder, elongating the left side body. So it's all about long lines in the half moon. And now we are looking down, hands down, right knee outside the left heel to sit. Extend through the left leg forward, hold the outside of the left foot with the right hand and twist your chest to the left. Left seat stays grounded down. Heart goes away from your hips, but relax your jaw, relax your gaze. Then come back to Ardha Matsyendrasana, left foot down. Press down through the hands, press down through the left foot, lift the right leg up. And now, if you like, you can open through the right hip, bending the right knee and trying to hold with the left hand the right foot. Do the best you can. It's a tricky one. 2. Keep on breathing. 1. And step the right foot to the back of the mat. Step the left foot back, high plank, belly in. Breathe out, lower down, vinyasa. Breathe in, shoulders away from your ears, strengthen your glutes. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Having a moment of rest in the pigeon. So take the right leg up, three-legged dog. Breathe out, slide the right knee behind the right wrist. Step the left knee to the back if you have place. Always, if you have tight hips, place a pillow underneath your right seat to level your hips. Or a tiny help can be to twist just for a moment to the right, the same way we did before Warrior 1 when we aim for square hips. The same way here we can twist, look behind you, so that the right hip drops back, left hip rolls forward. Come back to the front, keep the square hips as you lower onto your forearms, or even on your hands if it feels good. And we are staying here about a minute. Allowing your breath to ground you and energize you. And if this pose, especially in the morning, is hard for your right hip, then imagine with every breath in, you send the breath there, staying there. You send the heat there, and your loving attention. This is what the body needs the most, to pay attention to it. Okay, let's rise up on our hands. We will go for side plank pose to the right side. So we will be going, twisting to the right. So press down so much through the left hand that you can rise the hips and step the right foot to the right edge of the mat, in the middle of the mat. Drop the left heel down and go for half side plank pose. If you need more, you can always step the right foot onto the left, or maybe even hover the right leg in the air. For 3, 4, 2, perfect. 4, 1, step the right foot behind, take a wild thing. If the wild thing is not for you today, come back into lunge with right foot forward. Wherever you are, stay for 3, tense the glutes, lift the chest, and then roll back down onto your knees. Take your knees down to the ground and sit on your heels. From here, just drop the hips to the right so that feet are on the left side. Drop the left hand onto the ground and lift the right arm above your head. Side body stretch. And find your breath. There you go, Azra. It's good. Just try not to bend the right elbow. So bending through the elbow is a cheat. You will not feel that much if you bend. Try to stay with the arms straight, the pinky finger, small finger pointed forward, and you try to point your triceps forward as well. And then come back. And the same sequence to the other side. So downward facing dog. Lift the left hip up, left leg up. Breathe out, take the left knee behind the left wrist. And get into your pigeon, but before we lie down and get cozy, take a tiny twist to the left. Notice how it takes your left hip back, right hip forward. And when you are ready, get on your forearms and eventually on your hands. Slowly start to climb back on your hands. Press down through the right hand a lot so that you can lift your hips. Take the left foot to the left edge of the mat into the middle. Drop the right heel down. Find a modified side plank pose or step all the way back to side plank pose. Or maybe even hover the legs. 4, 3, 2, even higher. Christina, you can go for it. Yes, and then step the left foot behind the right leg. Lift your hips, lift your chest up, wide finger. Remember what I told you about base of the fingers. Press them down, press the fat knuckles to release your wrist, and then roll down slowly. So we go on our knees, and once again sit on your heels. This time drop your hips to the left, feet to the right. Take the right hand onto the right side of your legs and lift the left arm up. Straight through the left elbow, left tricep pointed forward, pinky finger pointed forward. If it's easy, bend the right elbow and go even more to the side body stretch. And most importantly, breathe. Belly, ribs and chest, exhale fully. Come back into the center. Now something that will feel like a good inversion for you today. So if you have period, you are tired, you would like to skip the inversion, you can perfectly just go close to the wall. You can go to the side of the wall and take your legs up to rest. Or you can widen the legs if you like. So this is the option if you would like to go for more restorative thing. If you would like to work, then if not handstand, then a dolphin pose. If a headstand, you can go close to the wall, or you can do it in the middle of the room, depending on your level of headstand. Remember that you always should be aiming for your elbows as wide as your shoulders, not wider, because this way you are losing power and energy. Interlacing the fingers, Or if you don't want handstand, just go for a dolphin pose, but try to press the shoulders to the back of the mat. So shoulders pressed back so that you are not sinking onto your shoulders. Or take your headstand. In headstand, you want, by all means, to decompress your neck. So you are pressing so much through the forearms, then that it is easy to pull one thigh in, the neck is decompressed, pull the other knee in, and maybe slowly lifting the legs up. Wherever you are, try to be straight. So tailbone is pointed towards the heels. Press the legs towards each other. Try to decompress your neck by pressing through the forearms. Christine, elbows are a little bit too wide, a little bit more, yes. Use your strong core, pull lower ribs in. When you are done, then you can go for a child pose and stay in child pose for a moment so we can meet all together. Child pose. The child pose is a nice idea after being upside down because it gives your blood the horizontal levels to float, so you can relax. And there is a chance that you will avoid feeling dizzy after a headstand. And from child pose, climb up. We will be moving into seated positions. So take the hips to the one side and straight the legs in front, to the front of you. Bend the right knee. Step the right foot outside the left thigh. Take the left arm up and hug the right knee. So one more twist. Look behind the right shoulder. And then come back into the center. Take the left hand to the left side, twist to the left side, and I want you to roll to the outside of the left hip. So we are rolling to this lateral line of our leg, like this. From here, point the left toes to the back of the mat, right knee is leaning forward. If this is tough for your left wrist, create a fist instead, and we will place the right hand behind the head and just lean back as though you are on the hammock. So the chest rolls forward, hips are moving forward. And then come back to sit, the little sutra, little grasshopper pose. So the left hand stays down, right foot stays down. And I don't think I will be able to lift, but I will explain for you. So somebody will be lifted and somebody will stay with me lower down. So at first, just extend the right arm forward and reach right hand towards the left foot. One option, just stay here, but lower your chest a little bit down. Yes, so it looks like a grasshopper kind of, so that the right knee is a little bit higher. If you can, if you feel ready, press down through the right foot and left hand and lift your butt up. Okay, so I will be not showing you, but you imagine my butt in the air. So yeah, very good. And then lower down, everybody. Uncross your legs. We are in the seated position, Dandasana. And here we will be going through some side body stretches. So keep the legs extended, right hand to the right side, left arm over the head and pulse 5 times to the side, lower down. After 5, roll forward towards your legs and switch sides. So left hand to the left, right arm above, and pulse a little bit to the side. 3, 2, 1. Roll down, but this time stay here. Grab your feet. If you need, you can spread the feet a little bit wider and then relax the head. Try to aim for the open chest. So you are reaching forward with the heart. like you could stretch the heart away from your hips. In every position, when you stretch the hamstrings, think about those two opposite movements, hips away from your heart. And then climb back up to sit. We are almost at the end. The other side right now, right leg stays straight. Take the left foot outside the right thigh. Breathe in, reach the right arm up, and breathe out, twist to the left. Hug the left knee in. Look behind the left shoulder. Come back into the center, contra, twist to the right. Right hand stays down. If you like, you can create a fist with the right hand. Roll to the outside of the right hip. Point the right toes backward. And then lift the left arm up. Take the left hand behind you and lean back as though you are leaning back on your hammock. Really lean to the outer edge of the right thigh. Lateral leg. And stretch the heart away from your hips. Almost, Christina, you just need to roll onto the outside of the right hip. So instead of sitting on your butt, you are lifting your butt up. But the left hand behind you, right hand down. This is the switch. Right, yes. Once again, chest up, we stay for 3. Stay for 2. And 1, trying to go for a baby grasshopper. So sit it back down. I will be pointed your direction. Left foot stays down, right hand and left foot on the same line. Reach the chest forward and reach with the left hand to the right foot. One option, stay here with me. Second option, lift your butt up. So just by pressing the left foot so much and the right hand, you can lift the right leg and you can hover it in the air. And then come back into the center, release. And we will be finishing with Baddha Kona. So the inner feet together, slide your heels towards your groins, breathe in, lift the chest proudly up, and on breathe out, start to lower down. As far as you feel that you can keep your spine straight. So the chest moves forward, hips are grounded down. If you like, you can use your elbows to press to your inner legs. Or the other way, you can just use your muscular jaw to take your knees farther down, using the glutes, the adductors to press your knees down. And then lift yourself up, and we will be lowering ourselves down with a little bit of core support. Reach your hands forward. Remember the skinny cat, when we pull the navel, the belly button in, try to find it. So this hollow belly, and then slowly start to lower down. So you can feel your tailbone, lower spine on the ground, middle spine, shoulders, and the head. Happy baby. So knees towards the outer ribs, outside the ribs actually. Hold your feet and sway yourself a little bit right and left. To decompress the neck after headstand try, we will go simply into the bridge pose. So place your feet down, little bridge, feet hip distance apart, toes pointed forward. So watch out, because a gentle cheat in this one is to flip the toes to the outside. Avoid it, point the toes directly to the front. Lift your hips up, interlace the fingers and shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Stay long and neutral in your neck. Squeeze your glutes to lift your hips even higher. Magnetize the heels towards your shoulders so you can activate the under butt, the low butt. Two, One, the highest lift. And then release upper spine, middle spine, and the lower spine back down. Once again, come back into the happy baby pose, but this time slide the right hand to the inner right leg and shoot the right leg to the outside straight. If it cannot be completely straight, gently bend the right knee. So find your way. And let's switch it. So right knee goes back into happy baby. Slide the left hand to the inner left thigh and stretch the left leg to the outside, or keep the left knee gently bent if it feels better. Jaw relaxed, eyebrows relaxed, forehead. Come back to the happy baby pose. And now both legs to the outside. But this time stretch the arms behind you. Finding some core work to finish, I will show you and then you will continue. So we will be lifting the chest, hands up, lift with me up, chin in, and pulse about 25 times. Exhale, 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 keep going. 25 forceful exhales, and the inhales are soft. You don't need to worry about inhales. Keep pulsing. So we have 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your knees in, but this time keep the legs together, thighs together, and just make a circles with the legs, with your knees. And switch direction to the other side. Reverse your circle. Almost at the end. We will finish with second back bend. So first one was the bridge, and now it's the fish pose. So place your feet down. Lock the thumbs once again, so create this loop, but lift the hips and take this loop underneath your butt. Take your butt down onto your hands, and now draw the elbows in, so the elbows are parallel, and you even try to take the shoulders in together. Then press so much down through the forearms that you lift your chest up. One option, stay here. So it's like a halfway fish pose. And it's a nice chest opener. Be sure that you are pressing the elbows down. Second option, start to reach with the crown of the head towards the mat. And find your breaths. You don't need to place a lot of weight onto the crown of the head. It's just gently touching the ground. So mostly it's your forearms and your elbows that are taking weight. Two options, either release, or for more hardcore people, if you need more, if you would like to work harder, then just release your hands, keep the hands on the outside of your hips, come back into the fish pose, and just for 5 breaths, extend the legs forward and extend the arms forward, so that the arms and your legs are parallel, like in the diagonal shape. So while you hold it, hold for 5, 4, 3, straight legs, not bent knees, and then release all the way down. Okay, release it down. And we are going into final twists. So get your knees to the belly, kiss your nose towards the knees. Drop the head down and drop the knees to the right. Extend the left arm to the left. If you would like to make it more stretchy twist, then you can straight the left leg and you can hold the left foot with the right hand. If not, keep the knees bent. Back into the center, knees in, And then switch. So drop the knees to the left. Extend the right arm to the right. Stay here or extend the right leg and hold it with your hand. So important when you twist to breathe. This is a very good exercise because usually nowadays we are spending lots of time seated or not twisting too much anyway. So it's nice to get used to be breathing when you are twisted. And then come back into the center and we finish in Shavasana. So if you still have time to stay with me for about 7-8 minutes, then we will stay together in Shavasana. If you need to skip it, you can skip it, but it's worth sometimes even to stay 1 minute. 1 minute will not change anything in your life if you are rushing a lot, but 1 minute in Shavasana can be like a huge recovery for your brain. So as always, get a blanket if you need, or grab a water if you feel very tired. And the topic for our practice today was to put attention to our body. Truly the best way to show somebody your friendship or love is to give attention to this person in the same way we can do towards our bodies. So with this loving attention, scan your body from the bottom, your feet, toes, ankles, higher up towards your lower legs, feeling this tickling of energy and sending your attention there, love, heat, warmth of your breath. Pay attention to your thighs, upper legs, hip flexors, and relax them. Stay relaxed through your hips. Paying attention to every detail, the most tiny sensation you can feel. Pay attention to your breath and how it penetrates your belly, how it moves your ribs, the back of your ribs and sides of the ribs, how the pressure is changing. As you breathe in, the pressure rises. It's like filling the balloon with air. And breathe out, you are lowering the pressure and everything melts down, shrinking your belly in together. Stay soft in your shoulders, soft and relaxed from the base of your spine, the tailbone, all the way up to the end of your neck and base of your skull. Relax through your upper arms, forearms. And pay a lot of attention to your palms, hands, fingers. In yoga and in many different East teaching, the hands are a very powerful places in our body, full of aliveness, this tickling energy. So ask yourself, can I feel my hands without necessity to look at them, simply feeling them from the inside, bubbling with this energy? From your palms, from your hands, lift your attention higher up to the center of the chest. Spread the love and kindness of the center of the heart to all the body parts, so your limbs, belly, and then move it higher up to your throat. Relax your throat. Relax the back of your neck. Relax your jaw, right side of your cheeks, and the left side of your cheeks. Relax all the muscles around your eyes, eyebrows, so that the space between the eyebrows is soft, almost like you could slide right eyebrow to the right, left eyebrow to the left. And soften your forehead. And experience, give it this loving attention, how it feels like to soften your face completely. Soften the crown of the head, sides of the head and the back of the head. And imagine that you could even relax your brain. So you allow the resting brain to kick on. And then we will finish by placing our attention to the place of the third eye, between your eyebrows and at the level of the center of the middle of your forehead. And just play with imagination that you are looking through the third eye and you see yourself, your body, as a oneness, wholeness, connected to the universe. So much relaxed and centered that it's hard to tell where your body is ending and where the rest of the space and universe begins. If you are ready to wake up, I will guide you to move your hands a little bit, move your head from side to side, move your wrist and ankles, and then make bigger movements, full of attention and loving movements. So it's so important that even during the transition, we are paying attention to what our body is doing. When we switch from lying down to the seated position, so that every centimeter of movement matters. So roll to the side and climb up to seat. Connect the hands on your heart and keep this intention in mind, to be aware of what your body is doing, how it feels. So every time you can show yourself this respect and love just by giving your body attention. Thank you very much for today. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely long weekend. Enjoy, and we stay in touch as always. And just a quick note, I will one day, maybe next week, send you the recordings of the videos that we are doing. And this way you can easily correct your positions when you will sometimes look at them or practice with the video. It will be a very nice help, and it will be, don't worry, it will be just uploaded for people who are practicing. So it's not like I will put it, online on Instagram or on YouTube. It will be just for our private group. So this will come next week. Thank you very much and have a lovely day off.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.